Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So this is an interesting report from Deadline. Warner Brothers has jumped on. They are now what can only be presumed, I guess, as the distributing, plus maybe financier, behind a feature adaptation of a comic called Black. This is from Studio 8. Now again, this is an exclusive to Deadline, and their exclusive reads, Studio 8 announced this morning that Warner Brothers has acquired Black, the feature adaptation of the Black Mask comic series from co-creators Kwanza, Osajyefo, and Tim Smith. The comic sets out to explore a universe where only black people have superpowers beyond what the world believes is possible. Brian Edward Hill, who is a producer on DC Titans, wrote the script. The story centers on one young man who survives a violent event and realizes that he is part of these extraordinary people. But a secret consortium wants to control these abilities and those who possess them, and he soon finds himself at the center of a war over the future of mankind itself. Now, there are a bunch of other producers on board: Jeff Robinov, Guy Danella, and John Graham. They're from Studio 8, and we also have the creators of the comic on board as well. They are co-producers. They don't have a director at all, but we do have some comment from one of the creators, Osajyefo. They stated that part of the inspiration for Black came from my experiencing the lack of representation in the comics publishing and how that directly relates to the scarceness of black characters. For most of comics' history, white outcasts have been used as allegories for marginalized groups while claiming to reflect the world outside our window. Black strips away this veneer to juxtapose superpowers with race while allowing black people, to see ourselves authentically in media and inviting wider audiences into parts of our experience. We're excited to bring this story to everyone through film, and thankful to Studio 8 for believing in it. We also had some comment from Jeff Robinov of Studio 8, and they stated, we became involved in the development of this story over a year ago. Black represents a new generation of storytellers and creators who can accurately tell black stories with the type of care the industry has lacked for decades. The thought-provoking concept caught our attention early on, and we're proud to play a role in bringing this story to the screen. Now, we don't have any comment from Warner Brothers on this. We don't know whether it's just Warner Brothers as a distributor or, a production, or Studio 8 as a production and distributor, or vice versa, and them sharing it. We don't know. Now, this sounds fine. My main sort of rough overview and opinion of this is just that I feel it's quite on the nose. Just to solely be in a world where only black people have superpowers. I quite like subtlety with allegories. I did a video just today on Nightbreed, for instance, right? And I discussed in that video how Clive Barker had made these creatures, which are, the Nightbreed, these creatures as an allegory for the LGBTQ community and how they were marginalized. And if I compare, a good comparison would be Nightbreed to Black. Both are allegories for marginalized groups, one with race and the other just identity, I guess you could say, or sexual identity. I would much prefer the subtlety of Nightbreed, because then, with respect to subtlety and art and performative art and things like that, I think that a project like Nightbreed versus Black, Nightbreed inevitably has the potential to be more entertaining for a wider group of people. And if you're sat there trying to send a message, right, to individuals, you're trying to lay change, i.e., one would presume, with Black anyway, I would imagine it is racial interactions. Having Black be very, very on the nose makes it quite difficult anyway, I would imagine, to actually change people's points of view. Whereas if it's a little bit more subtle, you essentially coerce the bigots into entertainment, and then you lay change that way. So that's my opinion. Basically, I feel that subtlety is seemingly a lost art in this day and age. And I do think that subtlety, especially if you are trying to lay some change to the world, can actually be a much better method of doing it. Because, these things are there to change people's points of view. They are there to influence. And ultimately, bigots are bigots. So being massively in your face with it, it's definitely never going to change their mind, is it? So again, like I said, with respect to Nightbreed, having a bit of subtlety goes a long, long way. There are plenty of people that really like Nightbreed, okay, and I'm sure if they took a look at it from a slanted perspective, could probably see some of the allegories, but you can bet your bottom dollar that, you know, one or two of them may be homophobes. You don't know. So again, subtlety, 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 subtlety. And then lastly as well, I just think the timing of this project is quite suspect with respect to it being, I guess, very much jumping on a bandwagon. I mean, Studio 8 obviously got involved a year ago, so that's nothing to do with the BLM rise to prominence in the zeitgeist. But you could bet your bottom dollar that Warner Brothers jumping on board is absolutely a byproduct, a repercussion of the current socio-political situation. But it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. In fact, actually, looking at it, and I'm sure you guys would agree with me here, Black does look like something that would belong on Netflix. You know, all of this looks like it should be a Netflix film. And I think it may suffer if it goes to theatres. Because one needs to remember that superpowered things are on the decline. The prominence of superhero movies and comic book movies they really are declining now. I think a lot of people are feeling that. And I don't think this is the time specifically for this. I mean, I'm ready to be standing corrected, but you only need to look at the hype for, say, Black Widow or Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It has definitely waned post-Endgame. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'd genuinely be keen to hear what you think about all of this. For me, fine, absolutely, I will watch it and review it with an open mind. I do just simply think a little bit of subtlety would go a long way with this. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and please do share it. I've been Mr. H. Take care.